choir first for calming me down a little bit. That was a beautiful set of music, and my heart was racing there for a little while, and it made me feel relaxed. Thanking of the Woods, members of the school board, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, the Capitol High School graduating class of 2014, I want to thank you for giving me the privilege to speak to you this evening. 3 weeks ago, Mrs. Anderson told me the senior class had selected me as a faculty speaker. She told me I did not have to make the speech. When she said this, a scene from the movie Transformers popped into my head. It's a scene where Bumblebee swings around, the car door pops open, and Sam says to Michaela, 50 years from now, when you're looking back at your life, don't you want to say you had the guts to get into the car?
I know.
I spent many hours reflecting on the speech. It has become my culminating project. It's like all of us graduate tonight. Last Saturday, I spent my morning watching college commencement speeches on YouTube. These speeches were made by famous people such as Oprah Winfrey, Jay Leno, and Bill Nye the Science Guy. But there's a difference between these people and me. Yes, they're famous and I'm not. But they were never given the opportunity to teach anything to the graduates they were speaking to, except maybe for Bill Nye. Because you guys remember, inertia is a property of matter, and opposites attract. I've had many of you in my classes, and I do have 2 shout-outs. Mr. Carlson and Mrs. Leary, I want to say thank you to them. And Mason, where are you at, Mason? Thank you for helping with all the stuff in the science department. You're the best. I entitled this speech Prime Numbers. Prime numbers are a group of numbers that stand out together, apart from the rest. All of you are prime numbers. You're a group that is bound together tonight, apart from the rest. Each one of you is an individual. Each one of you is unique unto yourselves. I wrote a short poem here to tell you how I feel. I have 2 poems tonight. I've seen some of you at your best. I've seen some of you at your worst. I've given you blue Band-Aids from the swap meet for blisters that have burst. I've given you tissues from a little brown box. I've commented on your hair. I've commented on your socks. I've told you my stories. I've listened to yours. I've given you giraffe paper to describe concepts that would take 2,000 words. Tonight we will finish what we needed to do. Tonight we say goodbye and good luck to each and every one of you. Now on a more traditional note, I stand here before you tonight and I see 4 groups of people. College-bound graduates. You might have 2, 4, or even 6 years before you enter the real world. You still have a little time, but don't goof off too much your freshman year. The washout rate for freshmen is high. Make sure you get your homework done before you go out to play. And remember, it is here to Capitol High School that you will return when it comes time for your high school reunions. Trade school bound graduates, you're going to get a taste of the real world very soon. Your education will mean business. You don't get any more time to decide. It's difficult to change from carpenter to electrician or from vet tech to mortician. Ryan goes there. Somebody needs morticians. You have 2 more years to get your act together. Then it will be time to work hard, pay your bills, and make lives for yourselves. Boot camp bound individuals. How well I know. I spent my 18th birthday in boot camp in San Diego, marching to John Philip Sousa songs, and I do believe we'll be hearing some tonight. It was 105 degrees there, about the same temperature as up here. What can I say? Get ready for a rude awakening. Really, big metal trash cans at 0 dark 30. It wasn't too bad. They shaved off all of my hair and they gave me shots, 2 at a time. And then there are those of you who have not yet chosen a path. Some of you have no idea what you want to do. You get to sit there with the engine idling, deciding which way to point the car. Life is scary, but it works itself out. I don't know how it does, but it does. Some of you will taste the salty air on a fishing boat in Alaska, and others of you will head for the big cities to make your mark. Oops. And the rest of you will probably stay near Olympia, because, after all, there's no place like home. To all of you, don't let life knock you down, because no matter how hard college, a trade school, the military, or the unknown can be, you are all cougars from Capital High School. Set your goals high, set them to the sky. We want a spaghetti bowl together. There's nothing we cannot do. So to conclude, I have a little bit here and then a poem at the end. While backpacking in the desert, I have seen UFOs. While kayaking alone in Alaska, I looked a grizzly bear straight in the eyes. While traveling in Yosemite National Park, I backpacked alone in Tenaya Canyon because the map said it was dangerous and therefore not recommended. Why did I do these things? I did them because I was looking for the answers to the meaning of life. What did I find? I found there are things out there that you cannot explain. I found if you have a good heart and don't smell like food, grizzly bears probably won't mess with you. And I found truly there is nothing like placing yourself in a controlled but dangerous situation to realize just how wonderful it is to be alive. Be true to your heart even if it hurts. Money cannot buy happiness, but love can. Take chances if you think you're right, because doing things that are right will make you feel better. About yourself and the people around you. And when time comes to try to do something extraordinary, hopefully you'll find yourself up to the task. So my final poem, I tried to sum up my life. I grew up in Cali, where I lived by the beach. I never thought that one day I would teach. I joined the Navy when I was just 17. I wanted to see the world and not from a screen. I fumbled each day of my ordinary life until I met my most extraordinary wife. She gave me love, direction, purpose, and power, each and every second, minute, and hour. After 6 years in the Navy, I got a good job. The money was great, but I felt like a blob. I decided to use my GI Bill to go back to school and learn a new skill. I like science and nature. I said to myself, what job can I do? I don't need to have wealth. I'll be a teacher, you see. That's what I'll be. I'll study science and nature, and my summers will be free. So here I am now, 21 years later, trying my best to be a good role model and not be a hater. My kids keep me young. I like what I do. I like teaching science. I like summers too. I'm glad I made this speech to each one of you, because I'm a teacher, yo. And that's what we do.